Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you may have seen from a previous video just a few days ago, from my September TBR, I am taking part in the Scooby Doo readathon, which is being hosted by Simone at Me, Simone and I, as well as co-hosted by Clint at Reads Readers and Emily by Novel Novels. And I will link all of their channels down below, so be sure to check them out and to see their TBRs and how this all works. So for the first prompt, which is the one I decided to go with, I just like doing things in order more often than not. But in this case, I started with the first one. And the first prompt is Scooby Doo, to read a book where the title begins with an R or the author's name has an R within it. And I decided to read the fourth book in a saga series called The Chesapeake Bay by Nora Roberts. And this is sort of my review on it. For those of you who have never read this series, this will just be an overview, and in the future I will do a deeper review into the book for those of you who have read it. So just a brief summary, this is a saga series, meaning a 4-book series, and I had read the first 3 books pretty quickly. It just took me a little while to get a hold of the 4th, and I opted to read it through audiobook this time, which I really rather enjoyed, and I'm grateful that I have done so. So this story follows a very unique family. It follows an older couple that couldn't have children of their own, so they dedicated their lives to helping other children out. Whether it was, or rather, they took other children in and who needed help, whether it was because they were from an abused family, or just a castaway, or a runaway, or just children that were in unfortunate circumstances and needed the extra leg up. So each book is based on a child that this couple helps, and the story that follows each one of them from their past to their present to what goes on in their future. So the first book follows the first kid, Cam, who is a bit of a rebel. He's a racer. Well, he will become a racer, but he's a rebel kid who has a very troubled past. And I don't want to go into too much, but the boys are Cam, Ethan, Philip, and then the last one, which is Seth. And each one follows their own unique story. Each of them coming from a very broken home. More often than not, the common denominator between these kids is abuse, and a lot of physical abuse for sure. So through different circumstances, each kid ends up crossing paths with this older couple. Stella and her husband Ray, who is a teacher, and Stella, who works in a hospital. So through different means and different circumstances, they come across each child in their own way and end up adopting them and giving them a much better life. And it goes through a lot of struggles and expresses the emotional difficulties that each child has to go through to overcome the situation that they've come from and gone through. And I have to say, I really don't want to give away too much detail, just because, like I said, this is an overview for those who haven't read it, and it's hard to give away too much, or it's hard to say too much about it without giving a lot away. But this book, or this series, each one of the boys in all the different circumstances, this story really made me laugh. There were so many moments where it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me shake my head, and I really enjoyed the bonds of friendship and the bonds of family that get built within the story. For me, it's a very powerful message, because everyone is born into a family, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that becomes their family. Sometimes the family that you get attached to is a family that you built and create of your own. Whether it's, later on in life where you get married and have children, or if it's, friends that you surround yourself with, or extended relatives, or just complete people that you just met and you become family. Family is a very important term, very important thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean blood kin. And I really enjoy the family bonds and the friend bonds, and that's what I enjoyed the most out of it. There was always something unique about each kid, and the struggle is very real, and it's just a very, very enjoyable book. Lots of emotions, lots of circumstances that go on. So I won't give away too much. In fact, like I said, I'm trying really hard not to give away spoilers. I will definitely do another review in which I will dive into each book and each kid, and how that turns out. So thank you so much for watching, or in this case for listening. For those of you who are new to my channel, thank you so much, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe. For those of you who are existing followers and existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. So this was the first prompt in the Scooby Doo readathon, and I will be moving on to the next prompt. Usually I would do them in order, but in this case I'm not. The next one that I'm going to do The next one I'm going to do is I think it's the fourth or fifth prompt, which is Fred, and that is to read a book with blue and white on the cover, and I will be reading through audiobook. I will be going through Practical Magic, written by Alice Hoffman, and I will do another book review and touch base with you all soon as I finish that one. Again, thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you all in the next video.